Hey guys, today I want to talk to you about unrealistic first-time buyer expectations. A lot of first-time buyers, because they've never bought a house before, don't really know what to expect. And I kind of noticed some of the same expectations from each of my first-time buyers over and over again. So I thought I would address some of them in a video to hopefully help those considering purchasing their first home. The first thing that I want to cover is the market itself. In the current state of our market, we are in a low inventory situation, which means it's very much a seller's market. This also means that homes do not last very long on the market and that oftentimes they sell for their full price and sometimes above asking because we have bidding wars with multiple offers. So the first expectation that's unrealistic a lot of buyers have is they think, oh, I can look at this house, I can negotiate the price down, I can get concessions toward my closing costs, the seller will fix things that I find during my home inspection. These are things that are probably not going to happen in most situations. So I don't want you to look at a house that's $250,000 and think realistically you can negotiate it to $225,000 or $230,000 because in this market that doesn't typically happen. Obviously, if the house is very overpriced to begin with, it's been on the market a long time, maybe needs a bunch of repairs, that might be a slightly different story. But 95% of the time, houses are really selling for pretty close to their asking. In fact, most houses sell for 97 to 98% of their list price. And like I said, a lot of times they're selling over asking. So since there's so much demand, you also can't expect that a seller is on an as-is contract going to agree to renegotiate, give you additional money, or fix things when they're not required to. So I would recommend that if you know the top of your budget, whatever that price is, don't start looking at houses that are 20, 30, 40,000 more than that, because it's probably not going to be a realistic thing for you to be able to get in a home for your lower budget price. So that's the first thing I wanted to address. Another thing I run into a lot is there's a lot of first-time buyers. They've been renting a long time. They're paying tons of money to an apartment. They don't have a yard. Now they want a single-family home, which is awesome. And as a renter, obviously, they're just throwing their money away every month, right? Now, for probably around the same payment, they're going to go get a single-family home with a garage, with a yard, all these things they've never had before. But a lot of times buyers are disappointed in what their budget can afford them when they're first-time buyers. So they might have been in a 2-bedroom apartment with no garage, no yard, attached walls and all that. And now their budget can afford them a nice little 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage starter home. But they don't want that. They want the end-all be-all, 4 bedrooms, 3-car garage, oversized lot, every single upgrade imaginable, but that might be $50,000 or $100,000 over what they're actually approved for, and then they get disappointed. What I would encourage you to think about is that for the same price you've been paying for that apartment, you're now getting a huge upgrade with your starter home. And think of it as a starter home. Most first-time buyers only stay in their house between, I would say, 2 and 5 years. They used to say 5 to 7 years, but in our local market, I've been noticing much faster turnover with a lot of my buyers. And at least you're owning something. And when you go to sell it later, even if you break even, you live there for free the entire time in a larger property that offered you more than that apartment you were renting. So I would not encourage you to say what a lot of buyers say where, oh, I'll just wait until I can afford more. It might be 5 years before you can afford more. Buy your first house, grow your equity, sell that thing for a profit, turn it around, and then move up to your next house. And you can move up, up, up. Everyone has to start somewhere, right? My first place that I bought was a 2-bedroom condo, no garage. We went from that to a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,500 square foot, little house, little yard, really nice. Lived there for a few years and then stepped up to my 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 3-car garage house with a pool. So, I didn't just go straight to the 4-bedroom with a pool. I had to start with a condo, work my way up to a little single family, and then go to my bigger house. So it's definitely a way you can leverage your equity, maybe make some money on each property, which helps you get into the next one. So I just want to encourage you to think about those things. I hear these things a lot from first-time buyers, and I think they're not really thinking it through all the way. So if you're in this situation, I hope I've given you something to think about. And if you are thinking about buying for the first time, please reach out to me. I'd love to help you.